What I can tell you is that there has now been an adjournment, and this adjournment has come because of the interest that Des van Rooyen has brought in this matter. Remember that Des van Rooyen, the Minister of Cooperative Governance, had initially applied to have the copy or to have this report interdicted and not released by Public Protector Thuli Madonsela, and the previous Public Protector Thuli Madonsela, and that was heard on that Friday. And after Thuli Madonsela gave some sort of indication to Van Rooyen that, listen, in the report that I have compiled, there's no adverse findings against you. Des van Rooyen then subsequently decided to remove himself from the application after it was suggested by the court and per as agreement with all the various parties that the matter by Des van Rooyen and President Jacob Zuma should be merged because they have a similar facts. It was then decided that the matter be postponed until the 1st, but now you had a position where Des van Rooyen was no more an applicant to this matter. And now today he has come and now he is applying again to be an applicant in this matter. And if you look through the affidavit that he has applied to the court, much of the evidence that he is relying on is evidence with regards to various media reports. Remember, the Sunday Times has also reported that Des van Rooyen was, for instance, at the Saxon Wilderness, the Gupta House, for 7 consecutive days. And that's the issue that's being argued now at the moment, is whether Des van Rooyen has been given enough time to respond to those allegations. And the other question is that you have these various political parties. You have the EFF, you have the UDM, as well as COPE. Des van Rooyen's council, quite interestingly, is opposing the intervention by those 3 political parties, but he's not opposing the application by the DA, which the EFF and the UDM and COPE is saying that they are applying based on the same merits, based on the same arguments. Des van Rooyen's council is saying that, listen, you have the DA, which is a complainant in this matter, and that's the reason that they're not opposing the application by the DA, but they are opposing the application by the EFF, the UDM and COPE, because he feels that they are not interested parties in this matter. So for now we have stand down. The judges have quite stressed that Des van Rooyen was asking for the matter to be stand down up until tomorrow, saying that he will be the counsel for Van Rooyen saying that he will be able to furnish a responding affidavit by tomorrow, and the judges stressing that, listen, we are giving you up until quarter past two this afternoon, and that's when we will hear Des van Rooyen's application with regards to the application that has been served by the 3 other political parties. And in essence, the application by the 3 political parties, and this is an argument by President Jacob Zuma's lawyers, is that the 3 other political parties are making a counter application. You have this application by President Jacob Zuma that's saying that do not publicize the report. The report is invalid because President Jacob Zuma feels that the public protector didn't follow the right procedure in terms of granting him enough time to respond to some of these allegations. And now you have a situation where you have these political parties who are saying that, listen, the president has been given enough time and there's no matter of urgency with regards to this. They want the report to be released. It has been quite a hectic day here outside the court as well, and my colleague Patricia Fasaki has been following the movements outside the court. Interesting that in the court we had the leaders of all 4 political parties that are interested in this case, but we also have their supporters.
Well, certainly, Aldrin. Earlier we saw, of course, the leader of the EFF, Julius Malema, arriving here at court, met by great cheers, a roaring crowd outside here. As you can see, this red sea that stays committed and dedicated right side out of the North Gauteng High Court, as of course they continue to push for what their political leaders, legal teams are calling for in court, that the so-called state capture report must be released. And I must tell you, it is a scorching hot outside here. It is very hot here in the capital city. But of course, members of the EFF, as you can see, they remain committed, united in song, of course, saying that they will not, be shied away from what they are calling for, and they rally behind their leaders. They've been here since very early this morning, and they will continue right throughout the day. A lot of police contingent. If you just look around here, there's a lot of police officers, so security remains tight here at court. A lot of police officers, a lot of Metro Police officers that are also manning the situation. But I must say, so far it has been a very peaceful gathering that is playing out here at court with members of the EFF. Of course, there are also members of COPE, members of the UDM, and of course members of the DA that are also gathered here. But the number is, of course, dominated by members of the EFF, who has since very early this morning staged a peaceful gathering from Church Square, and now they have come closer to the steps of the North Gauteng High Court, where they unite in song, saying that they are confident that the court will rule in favor of what they're calling for, that the state capture report should be released. But of course, we continue to monitor the situation as it plays out here at court, and hopefully we'll hear what the court has to say at around 2:15 when the court returns. For now, I think it's back to you in the studio.
Patricia and Aldrin Sampier out there, Patricia Visari and Aldrin Sampier out there, the Pretoria North High Court on the state capture report being heard at court. Very interesting, and we'll stay close to that story, of course, throughout the day. Now, human rights advocacy group, the Social Justice Coalition, has taken to the streets of Cape